of her health back. Ooh, Annie DP is confirming just because every single Annie assist is huge. Yeah.
Ooh, that was exactly what they needed. Get out of here, free kills.
Oh my gosh, this is a huge detriment to Ismo's entire team here. That DP assist.
Oh, and getting a hit on incoming. Nice. Oh, drop step combo, picks it up.
Oh, let's go, Magic.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, missed the overhead. Punishing the assist.
Woo, people's elbow.
Jeezy Pete's.
That one turned around so fast. Man, Magic pulling a rabbit out of the hat on that one. Takes it up 1-2 now. That's a completely different kind of game. That's what I wanted to see right there. And that is, again, the repetition, the set play, the getting ready, the knowing your game plan. All of that was present. Magic didn't want to get 3-0'd. Magic wanted to show up. Maybe we can reverse 3-0 this situation if they've got some more tricks, or some more cards in the sleeve, if you will.
100%. Everyone knows that Skullgirls is one of those games where it's not over until it's over. You can always bring it back regardless of what state you're in, as long as you have the meter. And characters like Sarabella, Big Ban, Beowulf, they're all poised to do the dang thing, Kai. I'm really excited to see how this next match is gonna go. It feels like Magic has unlifted some type of mental burden, finally unlocked their 8th chakra, and it feels like we're just about to see something magical right now.
Yes, and what was really great is Sarabella did so much of the work there. It feels sometimes like, see, when you can't get one character going, sometimes it's just, you got to get the other one in there. And Sarabella did so much work there.
Definitely the belle of the ball. Definitely, definitely.
All right, let's see the round start. Everybody's moving backwards.
Just really respecting each other there, which makes sense, especially considering the last game. Yeah, we're seeing a little bit more of a safer approach come out from Magic, trying to cover more, using their assist a little bit more defensively. Ismo's really trying to get in with that Annie assist.
Didn't get hit there? I definitely would have got hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, just straight up beats Wolf Blitzer.
These raw tags. Every single one of these raw tags.
Oh, throws him back in the corner. Now it's Ismo's turn.
I'm curious to see. Okay. Really nice there by Magic. And unfortunately, Magic's out of meter right now. Has to kill here.
Nice. The hype was enough to make that conversion happen. Doesn't drop. And we are looking at a very clean game from Magic so far. Ismo's maybe not sure what to do. I know what you do. You bite him.
Oh, this is very, very good for Ismo. This may actually be the turn that they needed in order to bring this entire match back. We're looking at the Max on Dizzy right now. Gonna have to go ahead and finish this off. This is gonna be very close. Never mind, last hit's unscaled. Never mind, last hit's unscaled. Oh my god, what a nasty incoming. Nasty incoming.
Lots of meter, gonna spend it. And we're gonna take him into the corner.
Ooh.
Oh, not quite close enough. Oh, people's elbow again. That's working so well. And gonna build the meter to get the kill inside of this combo if you just don't drop it.
Yeah.
And there we go. Magic looking so good right now. Ismo is reeling on the heels. This is a crazy turnaround. I would say what I'm seeing here is just really great Sarabella play. In both of those, I would point to Sarabella play from Magic being the determining factor. The low altitude people's elbows have worked every single time, real crowd pleaser. But aside from that, we're also just seeing really good corner play. Ismo is kind of getting beat up in the corner, and Magic's not letting any of those opportunities go. Unlike those first few games, we saw a lot of really uncharacteristic decisions. I would say everything's coming up Magic right now.
I agree. I completely agree. 100%. 180 from the very first Magic that we saw. Somewhere along the lines, Magic has adapted, Magic has learned, and Magic has evolved. And what we're ultimately seeing here are two players who now know their own tricks and are ready to fight it out. We see a much more aggressive round start there from Magic. Oh my goodness, Magic is just saying, I don't care. I refuse to respect you. Exabella, regardless. Grab, 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 grab is the only language I speak.
Hop, 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 just hopping in there. My goodness gracious. Picking up the combo in the corner.
Wow. That Exabella assist is doing so much work for Magic. Wow. Yeah.
and Super saves the day.
Surprising that Big Ben wasn't in that, but Big Ben is by nature very big.
All right, let's see what the reset is. Other side, of course. And other side again. Annie's resets are so good. Oh, wow. The raw tag. The raw tag, the TJ special.
Unfortunate.
Into the corner you go. People's elbow again.
Oh my gosh.
Cerebella doesn't know how to read, but it doesn't matter. Does know how to combo. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh!
Oh wow!
Just feeling yourself too much there, Magic. You need to cool. You need to cool it.
You know, there's just. Oh yeah, that's not. Wow! Fantastic DHC. Fantastic DHC. Very smart there. Yeah. Was blocking, is not able to get the happy birthday, is able to kill Beowulf here, still has 3 meter taunt, so that they get a little bit more health back on this next conversion. Made real because Beowulf decided to go ahead and challenge that button. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic call there.
Just enough life, and gets a ton back on the health.
Wow.
Holy moly.
That was so beautiful, Kai.
It is most serious right now. Gets the hit on Dizzy full though. Oh, good air throw.
On Dizzy is full, like you said, so they're going to have to go for a little bit of Oki here. Yeah,
very
smart
nice
DHC.
getting a high health character back in the game. And it's a 1 touch now for Ismo. Oh, I knew you were jumping. I knew that you were jumping.
Who grabs? Who grabs? Oh my goodness.
Now you need to finish it. Spend the meter. Don't play around. Drops the combo. Oh no. What? Oh, I thought that was going to be happy birthday. I thought that was
so dangerous. That was so dangerous. Don't play. Don't play. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Pick up and finish it. You crazy person, Matt. You could have just mashed out a super and got the win, but you finished your combo. What a son of a gun. That was crazy. That was the reverse 3-0. Magic actually showed up and reverse 3-0'd Ismo, which is no short order by any stretch of the imagination. Ismo is consistently up there fighting Peck in grand finals, and Magic said, I'm sorry, do you know who I am? I'm Magic.
You know, it's really interesting because Cerebella pulled quite a few tricks out of their both proverbial and very real hat there. We saw quite a few opportunities where Cerebella was actually able to challenge both Valentine and Eliza inside of the air, but even more frequently than that, Cerebella was really able to utilize all of the armor that she had in her kit. She used Dynamo, she used Battle Butt. We didn't see any rocks being hustled, but we saw a lot of armor that just, for whatever reason, Valentine didn't seem to contest. And Valentine does have multi-hit moves. Ismo just had already hard committed into staying back, which ultimately made it so that when Cerebella was able to get in close enough to go ahead and challenge with these armored grabs, there was no contest whatsoever as to who was going to win that. And I really think that ultimately came down to Magic understanding what went wrong these first couple of matches and learning from their mistakes. It was really, honestly, a beautiful display by both Ismo and Magic there, and I really want to shout out Ismo's Eliza, who was probably one of the best new Elizas that I've seen since she came out officially 2 weeks ago for PlayStation. Eliza's new kit is absolutely beautiful. We saw so much health coming back, and honestly, I think Ismo should really be congratulated for showcasing some of those amazing moves here at EVO.
Yes, there was a situation right there at the end where it looked like that SSJ was going to have enough oomph to carry through the armor and just deplete the life bar. It wouldn't matter how much armor you had at that point. And it was just enough for Ismo to survive. And Ismo had the presence of mind to capitalize on that. That was an extremely close game that Ismo almost seemed to have wrapped up in the first 3 matches. But Magic proving adaptation is the key to victory. Moving on to face Laboratory in the next set.
Now, speaking of the next set, I believe I currently discussed some of my favorite players that I was really looking forward to. And Kai, I'm so excited to see Mr. Boars play this next set against Blizz. How do you feel coming into this next match? Why don't we go ahead and focus on, I know I've already splurged about Mr. Boars before. Why don't I give you an opportunity to go ahead and talk?
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the tail of this tape. Mr. Boars is Max Borhovov. That sounds like a boss character right there. 29 coming out of Kaliningrad, Russia. You can catch them on Skullgirls Russia, a very prominent community figure out there, and we always love to see people that invested. 3 wins, 2 losses, so not coming into this with a perfect record, but more than enough to carry them through the top 8. We're going to see exactly how they fare against the young gun Blizz.
Now, Blizz, like you said before, is actually one of the youngest players inside of this tournament, a sweet 17 years old from the Czech Republic, here to take down everyone. Now, they're relatively unknown, no real social media to speak of, and not the best record inside of this tournament, with 4 losses thus far, but somehow that Peacock has eked through. Peacock, Sarabella, and Big Band is what we're looking forward to seeing in these upcoming matches.
Exactly. So at this point, I think what Blizz really wants to do is just show up, show their stuff, and say, look, I know. 4 losses, fair, a little skeptical, it's okay, but let's put a 1 up there. Let's turn that 0 to a 1. If you can do that right now, you will have achieved mission victory. I think right now, all it is showing your stuff, showing a really great match, and not getting completely blown out, son. Come on.
100%. I believe that this opportunity is always a fantastic one to not just showcase your stuff for your community, but also just show how far you've grown inside of the tournament. There were many first-timers inside of this tournament. I'm not certain whether or not Blizz was one of them, but it's important to state that they did beat out a majority of people to get into this tournament, as always. Now, Mr. Boars, as you stated before, plays the very infamous Parasol, Painwheel, and Double Team. That is a scary, terrifying vanilla team if I have seen one myself, and they have been rocking that team for quite a long time. Ultimately, what it really comes down to is how comfortable their double will be, specifically utilizing cat heads to make sure that Parasol as well as Painwheel have an opportunity to get in as much as possible against Peacock. Is what it really comes down to. Sarabella and Big Ben will be playing a lot of interference, but it's really going to come down to that double, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. Having double as an anchor is, of course, a day 1 standby that you'll see from many players still. It's just a great battery character. Battery character is, of course, for anybody not aware, just meaning that when you build up that bar, double can do a lot with it. Change the way the neutral's going, clean up combos. She can do it all. But the primary front end of that gameplay is going to be the classic tier game. What I really love about Parasol and Painwheel together, and you'll see this from a couple players, even in Chicago, there's a very prominent one in NCV, the tiers can bounce people around in really confusing ways, turning what you didn't think was going to be a reset into something you're not blocking. Trust me.
I believe you're talking about Gelato. Am I correct here? Gelato is a very well-known Parasol player who opts to use tiers very frequently. Is that correct?
NCV out here in Chicago. I'm a big fan of Noah's play. He's been turning tiers into tiers for some time now, and it's rough when you get hit by those because those things just pop you up, and all of a sudden your toes are gone.
It's going to be terrifying to see that, especially since I believe that Peacock doesn't really have very much invuln to work with. If a tier comes out and interrupts her projectiles, she's not really going to have anything to contend with, unfortunately. Sarabella and Big Band have a little bit of armor, but it looks like we're going to go straight into this match. Peacock already setting up the minefield, and Parasol just trying their best to get in right now. Mr. Board is able to get that happy birthday very early. Unfortunately, Peacock falls out of it.
And Double Butt doing what it's supposed to do. Very nice.
Oh, that was a fantastic alpha. Yeah.
Right in the exposed. Very nice pickup. What I really like here is that Blizz is showing they've got the stuff. It's looking like Blizz's 4 losses might have been just close losses, because that was a very strong reset game right there. Turning that around completely. The armor cuts right through that. No conscience for you.
Oh, fantastic. Happy birthday here. Oh my gosh. Follow through. Had the meter too. Big Band is just too big.
Not enough armor. But man, look at all the meter. Even more importantly, characters, if we come in with 5 bars in double, that's going to be crazy.
Now look at how hurt that big band is just bleeding. I would love
so much. Oh, and it just keeps going.
Please snap. Or kill. You know what? Just kill. Yeah. What am I talking about? Kill.
Good finish, and more than half the life is just draining away. And gets hit on incoming with enough meter. Just do it. Just do it. Spend the meter. Bam.
Yes.
You can't take it with you. No pharaohs here.
So fast. That was so fast. You know, this is why I really like Mr. Boars yet again. Like I said previously, Mr. Boars is not in any way, shape, or form new to this game, knows this game inside and out. What we just saw was a very methodical approach to how you play Pain Wheel, obviously a centerfold of their team. We saw L Bomber assist come out from double and really solidify their victory there with that end bullet assist, making it very difficult to contest in any way, shape, or form. Really kept Blizz on the ropes there, and I'm really hopeful for Mr. Boars' ability to continue that through, securing it hopefully 3-0. I'm hoping, Kai, I'm hoping.
Absolutely. So one of the things that was really interesting there was you had an extremely strong and successful sequence from Blizz. I think when you look at 0 and 4, you think, ooh, man, that was too good. But like I said, those must have been close because Blizz showed up there. That was not an easy victory for Boars. Boars
not
took
at all.
it, and it was fairly convincing, but it was far cry from a free win.
That that Sarabella did some work there, and that Peacock was not about to be let down for free, for sure, which was very, very nice. It seems like age ain't nothing but a number inside of this matchup right now. Blizz has more than everything that they need to take down Mr. Boars. Let's see if they can do it.
Yeah, let's see if the composure remains there and we get more of that, or if that was all the gas that the young gun had. Because sometimes you have your great matches and then your composure goes after a loss. Let's see if 17 years old is enough to keep it together. I'm interested to see that.
Okay, grab immediately coming out from Blizz. Not a bad start, especially with the parasol. Okay. Really trying to set up the minefield. Yeah.
Oh, no teleport in to get hit. The classic.
Yeah, call the immediate teleport there. Smart, just very patient play by Mr. Boars. Ooh, cross-up bomb.
Ah, man, oh man.
Yeah, they'd already used the TP, so no snap. Okay. Very nice burst bait there. Yep. My gosh, just not even needing the double here, really. Wow.
Not even. And just hits him with raw armor. Okay, I fire back at those. Oh, drops the combo though, and multi-hitter will cut the armor. And again! Don't drop it this time. Try to get the reset, no action. Just gets a jump in, very nice. This can be a kill, and it frankly needs to be. No time to play around. Unfortunately, tries to reset, but it hits themselves. Please don't die with the rainbow.
Ooh, yeah. Your couple of hits of armor don't unfortunately beat my 17 multi-hits.
Gonna need to get a good happy birthday situation here, but that's the end of this round.
You know what? I actually think Blizz did better this round than the previous game. If that sounds ridiculous at all, I still agree with that. Calling out the round start, first of all, Blizz's round starts have been almost phenomenal. Honestly, they've won the first couple of seconds of every single match. It's up until they start getting into a position where they're kind of pushed into the corner and they kind of run out of options. Specifically with Peacock, that's a scary situation to be in. And I think that they kind of just panic, call their assist, and kind of wait to get out of it. When in reality, you have to be a little bit more patient about your opportunities to get out. You have to be a little bit more decisive and actually really just wait for an opportunity instead of just trying to be super aggro and trying to get out immediately, which is what Mr. Boars is kind of counting on, especially with their team of just armor titans, if I may say so myself.
Yeah. So one of the really unfortunate things that's happening right now to Blizz, taking 2 hard losses in a row, is that I don't think they're choosing the right times to cash out. They're going for some resets, but they're not really working out, and they're not really working out because the timing's a little bit off. Maybe some nerves, maybe some online. We're not quite sure. But the thing is, sometimes You just finish your combo, you cash out, you take the damage, you send it back to neutral, and that's better than dropping several resets in a row.
I agree. I completely agree. It's nerves, it's connection, it's team, it's playing on a different console because like a lot of Skullgirls players know, we do typically play on PC, so PS4 may have a different timing than they're usually used to for doing some of their combos. So there are a lot of factors that go into this, and ultimately, it really just comes down to who's more comfortable, who's better, and who laughs in the face of danger.
Exactly. So we're gonna see how this one goes. Everybody's comfortable to back up. We're both fine shooting our bullets. One problem I've noticed, though, is that Blizz likes to teleport behind, but it's not getting him a lot of results. It's often getting them hit.
Yeah, if they opted to actually use a different teleport option, they probably get a little bit further, but it feels as though they're just going with the same teleport option every single time. This is huge for Mr. Boars. This is absolutely huge.
From full,
yeah.
That's huge. And we get thrown on incoming. So it's looking like Boars has had enough of this and is trying to put this one to bed.
To be very honest with you, Big Ban was one of the only reasons that was stopping Blizz from really getting hit earlier inside those matches. And I think what it ultimately came down to is Mr. Boars just identified the threat.
Yep. And that reset's worked twice in a row. Blizz just not able to identify them in time. Able to block on incoming and fire right back. That's the kind of fortitude we like to see. Blizz not giving up, able to respond and gets another hit. With that much meter, you can get a kill, but you drop the combo. Oh no!
Wow.
And gets hit by the overhead. That's a wrap. Gonna build a meter inside this combo. May not even need it. Oh, throws him? What?
I was expecting a level 3, to be honest there. Good
5
challenge.
meter. Let's see. Show me your stuff. Not quite. Flashes of brilliance, and I got to give it up to Blizz for performing well against a good player, Mr. Boars. But in the end, it's not enough, and it wasn't close. Mr. Boars takes it 3-0.
You know, it's kind of crazy because ultimately I still feel like Big Ban was really the deciding factor there for Blizz. Like we said before, Blizz may not have had the best track record coming into this game, and I still think they performed so incredibly well. It's really hard to look exclusively at track record inside these games because Skullgirls is one of those games where anything can happen at any point in time. There were opportunities that Blizz had that they absolutely capitalized on. There were other moments where Boars just completely shut them down, but I think ultimately what we can honestly really both agree on here, Kai, is the fact that that pain wheel was disgusting, was vile, was a problem. You know what I mean? The armor that we saw coming out, it didn't feel like Blizz really understood what was about to happen and just always got hitting some buttons when she was in the middle of doing an install. And that was just not what you want to see, unfortunately, at this point in time in the tournament. But congratulations to both players for doing so incredibly well and for getting this far. And congratulations even more to Mr. Boars for moving forward inside of the tournament on winner's side.
Sure. And that's kind of one of the things that happens when you have a game with a very diverse roster of play styles, right? When you say Painwheel doesn't really operate like any other character. So if you don't know what to do against Painwheel, sometimes your experience with the character is not going to help you in that situation. I think it might have just been a case of Blizz not being intimately familiar with the Painwheel matchup and how to deal with that armor. If you don't know how to deal with it, it can feel like Painwheel's just cutting through everything. And that's really what happened there. The answer wasn't present on Blizz's side, so Boars was able to really use and abuse the armor to cut through everything. That tells what the score was.
Now, you know, it's really interesting that you believe that Mr. Boars was able to peck through that competition, because what we have coming up beside the bracket is none other than Mr. Peck himself, the worldwide pecker, the man ready to destroy the remainder of the competition. El Femidoso versus Mr. Peck is the very next match that we have coming up. And I believe we have a little bit of extra information here regarding these two players. Talk to us about it, Kai.
All right. So going up an extremely uphill battle is Mr. Nathan, 22 from France, Messon. Will be fighting against a very skilled player with 1 win and 2 losses. They know how to win, but not quite as much as their opponent. It's going to be extremely tough. Let's take a look at the tape on Mr. Peck. You hardly need anything from Guildford, UK. It is Chris Matthews, a 33-year-old programmer, game dev himself, so he's intimately familiar with the workings of how games are, and he's been a longtime player of Skullgirls. He didn't lose a single one up here, and that's frankly what you'd expect from him.
You know, it's really interesting as well because Mr. Peck is not only known inside of the United Kingdoms, but also inside of the North America scene. He's known very, very intimately as one of the best Peacock players, specifically because he did a very, very in-depth Peacock guide on YouTube, which allowed a lot of players, not exclusively UK players, but players all around the world to find out more about this player and find out more about this character, which he plays at such a high level. It's really going to be very interesting to me, specifically because some of the methods that he talks about, which made Peacock a threat, he also knows are her weaknesses, and he knows how to hide those exact same weaknesses that she has as well, going so far as to make videos discussing how, as Peacock, you can address some of the problems that she has with other characters. I'm kind of terrified to see what's going to happen as soon as Mr. Peck gets even 1 meter, because some of these Lenny blocks that we see coming out are going to be terrifying. Let's see definitely what the round start is. That's what I'm very interested in. Very passive round start. Immediate HP coming out from Mr. Peck. And just
you'll see right here, Peck is one of the players who is most comfortable zoning. Peck, when he examines new fighting games, he says, can I just purely zone in this game? If the answer is yes, he's gonna like it. You will see Peck does not feel any pressure to move to you. He will mail you his attacks from another zip code and be perfectly satisfied with that. And if you can't get close, you don't have a shot.
Now, I feel terrible here because I am so comfortable looking at Mr. Peck that El Fandazo's opportunities to respond to some of these answers that Mr. Peck is going out just aren't quite there. That SVO wasn't quite the answer I was looking for. A center stage would have been fantastic there. They're just doing everything they can to kind of get through this minefield that Mr. Peck is throwing out. With, oh my gosh, 2 different projectiles on the screen, a huge beam, cementing that first win for Mr. Peck. And it's not looking so hot, if I may say so, Kai. It's not looking
that
super
looks
great.
a lot like me when I fight Peck. That's pretty much what happens to me when I fight Peck. Peck is fine. He is fine looking at you from over a hill. Hey, how you going? Having a tough time? Oh man, that sucks for you. Hey, by the way, here's a beam. And that's how Peck plays. Peck is analytical. Likes to know what is happening before it happens. Good patterns, keeping you away. And the scariest part of Peck, the thing that always causes me terrors in the night, wake up in a cold sweat, is to know that even if I get close, he's still really good up close.
Terrifying, terrifying, terrifying moment. We actually saw that in the previous match. I'm kind of interested to see if we see it here, because Mr. Peck does something that a lot of Peacock players do, but he manages to kind of mask a little bit. Whenever he does get close, he uses it as an opportunity because he knows that his opponent's been trying to get in this entire time. He almost always has a bomb coming down immediately. So it's what's known inside the fighting game community as a bait, or just a moment for the opportunity to knowingly drop down their guard to your benefit. And it looks like Mr. Peck was able to take that opportunity to take even more of Famo's life here.
Peck is honestly, he's putting on a bit of clinic right now. Peck is not what I would call a disrespectful player, but he's doing a bit of let me show you what I got right now.
Really polite of him to show us this combo
Very
video,
polite
for
of
certain.
him, and
yeah.
it's kind of off the charts right now. He's not going to need to do anything but spend the meter, and that is a wrap. That is a double perfect. We have had 6 unripened tomatoes up on that life bar. It's kind of crazy right now. We could probably fry those things up.
You know, it's kind of nasty because here we are singing Mr. Peck's praises, completely ignoring the fact that his opponent is actually running a solo Squiggly, which is one of the most difficult things to run inside of Skullgirls, specifically because I mean, the Squiggly needs opportunities to charge. They need opportunities to go ahead and approach. They are in the air very, very frequently, but that unfortunately doesn't work when you have Mr. Peck who knows exactly how to shut you down when you're in the air. It's a problem, guys. It's a problem.
Opportunity's not there. And like you said, without an assist to help generate those stance charges, without the ability to safely get a sing going to pull him closer. There's just so little that El Famadizzo can do in this situation, and Peck is just, unfortunately for El, running all over him. And there's the bomb reset. This is getting kind of crazy. If we see another perfect, that'll be... Oh, go in there. Okay. Moral victories were had.
For certain. You know, it's unfortunate that they weren't able to capitalize off of that grab there. Really, really nice. Wasn't able to get the point. Did get Robo. It just looks like this is going to be another chip out. Yep.
So
Final bits there, yeah.
We definitely had the dollar store perfect up there. That was no, I mean, you can see there's red life there. That wasn't, we got one hit from them. And in some ways, you can call that an actual victory, because getting a hit against Pac and his zoning team, that's not a guarantee. Every single one of those hits is a slog. It's a fight. It's a struggle just to get close to him. It's like fighting a sniper just to find out when you get close. They also have a shotgun, and Peacock obviously does. And Peck is one of those world-class players. You are not going to have an easy time, even on the best of days. You could be playing out of your mind and barely get up to his level. World-class player. What do you expect, right?
Well, for certain, Kai. I mean, what is there to say that you've not already? Mr. Peck did an amazing job, clearly not here to play these games, and just wants to take the entirety of the pot here today at Skullgirls Evo. Like, it's really, really, really both a pleasure and a treat to see such high-level Peacock play at this tournament. And Mr. Peck did not in any way, shape, or form disappoint. Love to see community members both supporting the community as well as supporting themselves by going as hard as they possibly can.
Absolutely. You don't sandbag, you bring somebody your real game. Let's take a look at this bracket. Ismo moved on against Indianaki in the losers bracket to move up there, but it's Boars and Peck and Laboratory and Magic going to be fighting it out soon. We are going to be back after a small break. Don't ever leave your seat. Stay right where you are. Me and Sharp are going to see you soon.
Hello, 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 Skull fans. It's me, the Purple Sharpie, and I'm here with my best friend. How you doing today, Kai?
I'm doing really, really well. Man, the action we've seen already has been hot, and I am looking forward to seeing this bracket progress.
We have a really, really stacked bracket today, and honestly, the matches that we've seen thus far have been nothing but a pleasure. Laboratory versus Indian duked it out with Laboratory moving forward. We saw Ismo losing to Magic in a very, very close and very tense 3-2 moving forward as well. Mr. Boars defeated Blizz in a very, very succinct 3-0, and Mr. Peck moved forward on winner's side, putting him up 3-0 over Femdozo. And honestly, I have to say, these matches that we have coming up, Laboratory versus Magic, Mr. Boars versus Peck, Femdozo versus Blizz, these are matches that we have been waiting for. We can even see that on the losers bracket side, Ismo moving forward even further. And I just want to remind all of our viewers that you can find this and so much more, including free tournaments to sign up for, at compete.playstation.com. We have so many fantastic tournament-centric tools as well as amazing, amazing player information there. Check it out.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a really cool feature, and it's awesome to have PlayStation jump in and make EVO even better. I think I can call clear favorites on the next couple matches on the winner side, which is to say that I am going to go with Mr. Peck. I know, huge upset there. Huge upset. You wouldn't suspect that. But Mr. Peck, I think, is my pick on the lower side of that top bracket. But here's the thing. I think Magic's momentum is hitting on sixes right now. He's probably on fire right now with the passion for the game, And so Magic had to reverse 3-0 to make it into the next set of the bracket. I think they're probably riding high on that. It is going to bring absolute A game. It's going to be real tough to beat Magic right now.
I'm very inclined to agree with you here, Kai, and that's specifically because inside the very first match where we saw Laboratory versus Indian, we saw a lot of raw tags. I'm not going to lie to you. We saw a lot of them. Magic was a big fan of raw tags. What we also saw on Magic's team was we saw a couple of PBGCs, we saw a couple of alpha counters, we saw a couple of DHCs. We didn't just see a raw tag to get them out of terrible situations every single time. When they brought Sarabella in, sometimes it was a DHC, sometimes it was an alpha, sometimes they just, raw tagged, but we saw diversity, and that diversity is very important when you have to deal with different situations of moving your team around. Obviously, DHC is the most easy and safest way to do it, but you don't always have meter, and that's why I think I'm going to choose Magic over it. It just really comes down to fundamentals for me. I believe that Magic is the stronger fundamental player when it comes to Skullgirls and team fighters in general. But we'll see, obviously. Double Bayo starting off, as always, Kai. What do you think?
Gotta love to see that. All the Skull dudes, just 4 dudes hanging out, being bros.
Oh, man.
Nice, doesn't burst. Too smart for that. Grabbing you out of the air into happy birthday. No action, though. Other side. Throwing some shares.
Okay.
The armor's plenty.
Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Use of HP there to connect.
That was good.
Okay. The chair is down right now. Laboratory's going to have to... Magic's going to have to wait a little bit to grab it back up. Immediately picks it up after that combo. Goes for the sweep to get rid of all that armor, because sweep does break armor inside of this game. Ooh, and Big Man just says, "Excuse me, thou shall not pass," and knocks Beowulf back to whence he came.
The medium chair doing exactly what it's going to have to do. That's the great thing. Heavy chair obviously got more invincibility, but that medium chair, even with shorter range, it hits on the way up and it hits on the way down, so it's an incredible corner mix-up tool.
Oh my goodness. Magic just using all of that hype right there, using the exact thing I was talking about before, DHC to bring in Sarabella nice and clean, and able to finish with a short hop, elbow straight to your chrome dome.
So that was extremely convincing. Yeah, that was real convincing on Magic's side. There was actually a little bit. It was fairly even in the Beowulf match. You can see Magic's Beowulf had a lot of damage on it, right? So that meant when it had that first Duke out, it was pretty even. It was unfortunately just the backside of their team composition, which didn't fare equally. So Magic definitely had a stronger team overall and had better options in those mix-ups. I would say Laboratory, it's not impossible for them to win right now, but it's certainly not in their favor.
You know what it's really going to take for Laboratory here? They really have to get that Cerebella out and that Big Band out early. I would actually probably immediately snap for Cerebella and then go for Big Band immediately after that. But that Cerebella is going to be an issue, more so than the Big Band, I would state.
Oh man, the assist doesn't even work out. Gets a clean hit with the low, but that's really unfortunate.
Okay. Oh, just kind of American reset in there.
That felt like it was semi-intentional, but not really. Oh, the arm does what the arm does.
I wasn't able to get that chair fight
The
back
fake
there.
overhead, I love that. I love that move.
Oh, smart snap. Very smart.
Oh! Don't jump.
Good. Very
That
nice. Very
was
nice restraint there by
so
Laboratory.
good.
Yes.
That was so good.
100%.
Thank you for knowing.
Yeah, building up
All
all
right,
that
looking
hype.
pretty good.
Yeah. Very nice.
Get out of here. Nice, low. That's going to be plenty. He's going to build the meter here. That's 2. Spend it. Don't jerk it around.
Okay.
Not even needing to spend it. Grenal Killer puts him in the grave. Oh, the low doesn't work out, and it's going to snatch him out of the air. That's enough. Just barely enough.
Pixel. Yeah.
Gonna have to do one. Gonna have to do one little.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about Robo not finishing up their plate. You know. Now, Kai, I have to ask you, as someone who was sitting here listening to me on this stream, do you think Laboratory also heard me? Because he did not only go for the exact members in the exact way, and shape, and form that I said, but he proceeded to win that game immediately afterwards.
Definitely stream sniped. Definitely stream sniped.
I'm not saying it's against the rules. I'm saying Mans is here to win. Is what I'm saying.
Commentators bless.
Look, there's a reason I'm not playing in this tournament, okay? It's because I'm here making sure that my players win. You got me?
Providing the focus. All right. Let's see how this goes. A lot of testosterone on the screen. Let's see how this works out with the round start.
Okay. Same round start as always for
Claws
Magic,
don't
just
work
jumping
throughout
in.
the chair.
Yeah. Good
Nice,
PvDC
sniffs
there.
it out. Gets him in the corner, picks up the combo. Let's see the reset. Throw doesn't work. Oh!
Okay, that Exabella assist doing some of the first work we've seen this set so far.
Nice, put him in there.
Just
Again
wants
with
to
the
get out of
fake
the corner.
overhead in the grab, but he was already in the air.
Ooh, very nice punish there. Very nice punish.
Man, Magic getting that fail out fast. And his RoboForce is not looking much better. This is going to be over quick, just one reset.
You know, in the previous round, I just don't think Robo is like the strongest aspect of Laboratory's team. In every single instance that we've seen them, their Robo Fortune wasn't really the heal to everything. It was really the Beowulf.
Right, both of them are playing so in your face that Robo's just not getting the chance to play. Robo's defense is, not one of the strongest in the game, so it's just getting steamrolled.
Ooh. Oh my gosh.
Nice, build the hype.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what the Oki is.
All right. Oh,
Yeah.
you know we SSJ
You can't
around these
commit to press
parts.
buttons. You can't commit to press buttons against Big Band. He's too big.
And that'll be enough. Magic goes up 2-1. So that was pretty strong. That was not a super fast round, but I mean that didn't take very long. It was extremely consistent across the board. Right there, we didn't see much fight back from Laboratory. Unfortunately, Laboratory had a real good game in number 2, but that one was, I think Magic may have regained composure. Magic a slow starter? Is that what we're seeing here? Are we seeing Magic as a slow starter?
I think ultimately what it comes down to is their previous match against Ismo was a completely different type of player. You know, Laboratory has a way that they play, and they play that way every single time. Ismo is much more adaptive. So it's a lot easier to play against someone like that instead of just playing against someone who goes A, B, and then thinking they're going to change to C in the middle of that when they're just going to go A, B. And I think that's what we're seeing right now is Magic realizing that and starting to kind of abuse that fact a little bit more, understanding when they can be a little bit more aggressive. And I really feel like it's showcased, especially inside of this string right here. The Laboratory's not going to take this line down in any way, shape, or form.
One of the interesting things we've seen here a bunch in this match is kind of an issue. Good punish there, heavy punish. It's kind of an issue for Laboratory's side. Laboratory uses a super to convert with A-Train. That means every time you're doing that, you're spending a meter, which means Laboratory's always meter poor. Look at the meter difference.
Yep. Now, normally, I would say inside of this situation, it'd be really good to have a battery like Robo Fortune out so that they could convert and get a little bit more meter. But unfortunately, Robo's just dying a little bit too quick to do their job of building up that meter for Laboratory, which results in them not really having any meter until they get down to Big Band, who now only has 1.5 bars of meter to do something with, which ain't that much when you're a big band.
And coming up on 5 meter here, that's going to be a
wrap. He has the height. He has the meter. Are we going to see the penguin?
Oh, not quite. Not quite. Not quite. We're not the people's champ right now. We're showing it for later. It's too early in the brackets for the penguin.
A little bit, very respectful, saying, you know what, we may both be playing Beowulf, but I'm the more respectful Beowulf. I'm not going to go for a penguin against you, my brother.
Come on.
Inside of that match of Beowulf twins, which we have been seeing quite a bit, I do want to say Beowulf seems to be a fan favorite for this top 8 today, Kai. I actually think that both of those players were very strong players. I think we saw a lot of really good Beowulf players. And I think ultimately both of their Beowulfs were ultimately on the same level. I think they were on the same point. But like I said previously, I think what it really came down to was knowledge, fundamentals. And I think when it really ultimately came down to the wire, Magic was that person that knew in exactly which situation to utilize certain assists instead of just calling it out. As soon as we saw Laboratory lose a couple of their assists, lose their meter, lose some of their momentum, they weren't really in a position to be as aggressive as Magic could be. And Magic took complete and total advantage of that fact in every single one of these games.
Yeah, and there's just a little bit of optimization here that I think might have spelled the difference. There's a couple cases where you'll notice that Beowulf players will often use a series of buttons into heavy kick, which will, send the opponent flying at a perfect height for the big band A-Train assist. And unfortunately, using the super every time to get that conversion while adding a little bit more damage, I think just cost too much meter. And so you found yourself meter poor so many times. Laboratory put up a good fight, but Magic goes 3-1 over them.
Now, that was such a fantastic play there, honestly, Kai, and I just want to once again congratulate both those players for both of the fantastic Beowulf play as well as Skullgirls play that we saw inside that tournament. Our very next match is going to be none other than Mr. Peck versus Mr. Bohr. I can't even really contain my excitement right now. These are some of my favorite European-based Skullgirls players right now, and I just want to personally state that this is such a pleasure to be able to see here live from PlayStation Stream, Kai.
Absolutely. I think right now, if you've seen these two players play, you got to be favoring Peck on the numbers game, right? Peck is going to stay at a distance, and if you get close, he's going to shoot you right back out of there with high levels of skill. Boris is really showing up to represent Mother Russia. It's a case of trying to bring your A game to a tough match. When you have somebody as good as Peck, it can actually be very difficult to bring the game you're capable of playing, because that oppressive play style, locking you down, keeping you in the corner, always at a distance, it can frustrate, it can confound, right? And so Boers really is looking to show that that's not a concern, that they can adapt, they can overcome, they can show that mental fortitude. If Mr. Boers can do that, Mr. Boers will have won, in my mind. Because winning against Peck, only the best in the world can do that.
Now, I'll be honest with you here, Kai. I know you just talked up Mr. Peck. I know we saw the viewer survey, and I know all the listeners here at home are really rooting for Mr. Peck. I have to go with Mr. Boers. And Mr. Peck, I love you so much. You know it's nothing but love here, brother. But Mr. Boers is just that person. That pain wheel is so incredibly clean. We saw unfly cancels. We saw cross-ups. We saw him use and abuse the armor. Okay, if there is one thing that I believe can beat Mr. Peck's unbeatable minefield, it's Mr. Peck's undying armor. And I would love to see how that plays out inside of this next match, ultimately. My personal thoughts, Mr. Boar comes out on top. And do I think he comes out on top 3-0? No. Do I think he comes out on top 3-1? No. Do I think he comes out on 3-2? Yes. I think it's going to be very close and very, very indicative of two high-level players duking it out.
Exactly. We're going to see exactly what kind of bullet hell navigation Mr. Boar is capable of here. So Peck
already start off
corner, fight back up. Nice. Elephant never forgets. Get out of here.
Oh, that bomb just eating up that parasol right there. And Mr. Peck bringing out the oppression session.
Oof.
Parasol is dead. And now we have the main character, the ultimate anime protagonist. Painwheel is out on the screen, gets the conversion on Peacock. This may be a dead Peacock. Burst out.
And the armor at the very beginning of that exchange was phenomenal. Mr. Boars knows how to use armor to cut through stuff. Oh, gets grabbed though.
Great grab there for our viewers at home who may not be particularly familiar with Skullgirls. Grabs can break armor, especially charging armor, and Mr. Peck took full advantage of that there.
No whammies, no whammies. Nice. And it's 2 characters to 2. Boar's looking very good here. One hit, though, is going to spell disaster for Boar's pain wheel. Gets the hit in the corner. Oh, no, drops it, but still picks it up and then drops it again. Butterfingers.
Yes, so wrong there, ultimately. Okay. Chooses to just go ahead and install. This makes pain wheel a little bit faster. Ultimately, it won't matter, though. Mr. Boards does still have 1 meter.
To go down.
Not enough to cat heads right now. Is enough to car. Yeah.
Not so much meter, though. Nice reset. Throws are scaled pretty hard, though.
Gonna need another bar here to go ahead and convert. He's gonna get that bar. We may see cat heads come out here to finish this up.
That's it. That's it right there. You can spend it, and you're good to go.
Yeah, car. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Holy mackerel.
Very close right now, Kai. Very, very close. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Let's see if we go for the heart splat. Oh, my God. Just spins all of it.
Oh, beams.
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. His life bar was there, and then it was gone. What happened?
Well, level 5 Robo happened, Kai. Otherwise known as Robo's ultimate delete button. All right. Robo wrote a name inside of the death note, and Mr. Boars was no more. All right. That was a hard play to counter from Mr. Peck.
Yeah, certainly deleted System 32 on that one. There is no coming back from that. And so that was pretty crazy up to the end. But when you have that much bar, when you've got that much bar, 1 touch is a big touch. So that's what we saw there. It looked like a lot. Oh, you might have a little bit of wiggle room there. No wiggle room. No wiggling allowed.
I'll be honest. I thought maybe he would have a couple of pixels. I thought maybe. I was wrong. Very aggressive round starts here, and I don't necessarily disagree with that opinion either from Mr. Boards. He has to be aggressive, otherwise he won't have an opportunity to get in. This is not a game where you can just lie down and be passive and wait for an opportunity. You have to be aggressive in this matchup.
All right, no conversion off that, but again, backing all the way up, getting clean hits. Look at the life differential in here. All the work Boars is having to do to get close to Peck is just not equaling many dividends. All that life, draining, chipping.
Yeah, very nice use of bodyguard there. Okay.
Install, spinning the meter to get that character out of there. Ooh, very nice with invincibility frames.
I love these armor frames right now. Okay. It keeps getting hit by the napalm pillar. My gosh, it hurts because it's so large. That is a big hitbox.
Yeah, and there's a dead character if Peck wills it to be so. Plenty of meter.
Looks like he's opting to take that moment. Still has meter left over, and so does Mr. Boards. Mr. Boards has 2 bars to play with right now. and Double is a character that you do not want to have meter.
Good throw. Excellent. More than happy to shoot you. You're so tall, you can't get out of these.
Oh. Oh, this is difficult.
Tall lady.
Yeah. That's difficult. Yeah, yeah. It is really hard, like you said, Kai. Double is a very big body character, falls really quickly as well. It's hard to avoid beams and approach against this team when you're that big.
And there wasn't a lot you could do. Unfortunately, Parasol was not a good mix to help that situation. Good shooting.
Yes. It ain't over. It ain't over.
It is not over, but my goodness gracious, it's pretty close if it's not. Oh, okay, there we go. That's going to be a wrap.
One grab is going to go ahead and cement that for Mr. Peck, moving up. Currently at 2-0, one more win will cement this for Mr. Peck. And Kai, I have to say, it ain't looking so great for my boy Mr. Boars right now.
No, it's not. And the thing right now that we're seeing is we're seeing really, really good play from Boars. Boars is having to do an extreme uphill battle against Peck's play style. Everyone does. You got to say, can I even get past the hill to get up to him to fight him, right? Boars is managing to do that, showing out some really, really strong play. But I know Boars wants more than just compliments. I know Boars wants to see that number tick over from 0 to 1, 0 to 2, maybe even 0 to 3. We can pull out a little skull miracle, a little skull heart wish right there. Because you're right, it's not looking good, but Boars is on that precipice. He's on that edge of being able to turn what they're doing into a W. So let's see if they can do it for this one.
We're in the bottom of the 9th, and I see the skull heart there in the distance. This may be the miracle we're looking for. Okay. I'm calling it reverse 3-0 right now.
Reverse 3-0.
This can't possibly go wrong. Can't possibly go wrong. Let's go, Mr. Boars. Very, very, very unfortunate drop there. Getting hit immediately as soon as I say it. And that Parasol, okay, important to know that Mr. Boars did move down to 2 characters, which means that these drops aren't going to hurt them as much for chip anymore. Ooh, really, really nice way to jump over that. Yeah, got hit, unfortunately. Wasn't able to chip on incoming. Okay.
Clean hits, but that life bar is not looking good.
Yeah. And Mr. Peck really trying to pressure him right now. Oh my god, that cross-up was disgusting. Wow. Item drop cross-up.
The safe pulls him out of the sky.
Oh my gosh.
Wow, how'd you block that?
Yeah, okay. 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 You know what? Okay. It's really difficult from this situation because unfortunately at this point in the combo, yeah, that's a dead character we're looking at, no doubt about it. And what it really comes down to is how good is this Parasol incoming game? Ooh, got hit immediately by Napalm Pillar Assist.
And spend the meter and it's a wrap.
Yeah, very possibly. Could get out with a fraction. Could get out with a fraction is what I would say, as an infamous Skullgirls player once said to me, Kai. Very, very, very well-deserved 3-0 by Mr. Peck, and yet another game that I have, unfortunately, commentate cursed.
I think it's hard to curse Peck. If you could try to put a hex on him, and it wouldn't take. No, it's too strong. The man from Guildford, too strong. And so Peck takes it again, as one would expect. That was very strong play from Boars in the first couple games. Peck looked dominant in that last one, though, and I think it's simply a matter of Peck really saying, "I'm done goofing off here," right? So Peck had a bit of a light load in his first game. This one had to work a little bit harder, but Boars just not able to mount the kind of defense necessary. Boars spent so much time just trying to get in, and when you come in and you finally get your first shot with only a quarter of your life bar, that don't work. That don't work at all.
You know, Kai, it's really interesting because like we saw previously, Mr. Boars is not a very, very basic player. They are incredibly advanced. They are incredibly gifted. And Mr. Peck made this 3-0 look like nothing, which is truly a testament to Mr. Peck's skill and prowess, both inside of this game and inside of fighting games in totality. It's really honestly such a pleasure to see someone who may not necessarily live in my region still have the same love of the game, the same amount of talent that I've always aspired to have, and honestly just perform incredibly well so far. They're definitely a front runner inside the tournament right now, and I think we can both agree Mr. Peck looks like he's absolutely poised to take it all inside of this tournament. Moving forward against Magic, we still have Mr. Boars versus Ismo and loser side, and the winner of that will move on to play the laboratory inside of losers quarterfinals. But I do want to remind all of our viewers that they can see our replays, a series of tournaments that you can also enter just by going over to compete.playstation.com, where you can find so much more than what we have here today. Ain't that right, Kai?
That is right. And since you call that one out just so, remember that compete.playstation.com is your home for all the information you want to find about the tournaments you're watching right now. It's time for us to kick to a break. We'll see you very soon. Don't move.
inside of that moment of turmoil, but it's nothing but par for somebody who uses a cross-up overhead like that just on projectile. Like, oh my goodness, come on now, Mr. Peck.
The safes all over, dropping all this cash, bags of cash.
Mr. Peck not pulling any punches, says, I don't need to save it. I'm in winner's finals right now. I'm about to win this money. Go off, Mr. Peck. I see you. Okay.
Yeah, that was a bit of a desperation move there. Magic not able to make much work. The life bars really tell the story of this match. It is not a good time for Magic moving in. Peck was saying, nope, I don't want your Beowulf. Get out of here. And when you come back, you're not going to have enough life to make a difference. So unfortunately, that chip, that's it. That's it right there.
It's really especially crazy because Mr. Peck doesn't care necessarily about how much undizzy you have. Because his team is almost entirely zoners, he can just chip you out whenever he needs to. All right, exactly. you sitting there with a 4th of damage? That's fine. I got a Robo level 1 beam right now. Are you still over there? That's also okay. I have Argus and Lenny on the ready to chip you out. I don't need to force you to burst. I just need to chip you out. And that's a terrifying mindset to have this late as I have the game, especially when you are a Beowulf and Big Ban and Cerebella just trying to get in. Yeah. Just trying to knock and see your friends.
That's an almost universal part of playing a Beowulf point team, is you don't want Beowulf to get kicked out. Beowulf, if you send Beowulf to locker room, that whole plan you had is just out the window.
Okay. Really nice start here from Mr. Peck, like we've seen every single match thus far. Pretty basic cross-up there. Still gets hit by it. Magic not in a location to respond yet. Does block that cross-up, gets hit on the toes, and immediately that Beowulf is now saying nighty-night.
9 skull seconds, already a dead character. And that was a very, very risky, high risk round start from Magic, just hoping to clip him and put him in the corner with arm, but it didn't work. It did not work at all. That's the kind of risk that I think indicates a bit of desperation on Magic's part.
And ultimately, oh my gosh, same side. I definitely got hit there. My goodness. It's just Mr. Peak is bringing out all beautiful parries. Beautiful parries. Got grabbed anyway, but beautiful parries. We see you. We recognize you, Magic. We honor you.
And this is tough. This is so tough. There's just not anything that Magic is able to do. I think, honestly, Magic's composure was broken in that first game. Because to start with arm says you're betting it all. You're betting it all. And it did not work. You went to Vegas, you put chips down on black, and it came up red. So now you got to go back to your family and tell them, what are we going to do? What are we going to do?
Kai, what we just saw there was a 33-second homicide from Mr. Peck. It was absolutely just round start hub stomping on Mr. Magic's mental fortitude right there. And I mean, we've seen the change in play just so far in the set, like you bring up yourself. It's going to be very difficult for Magic to get together, but it's going to be even harder if he's already been broken down to this point that, it's getting to Hail Marys and they're not even coming through. Let's see. Let's see how he turns it around. If he turns it around.
Peck's not anywhere near there. Peck is chilling.
Oh my goodness.
Blocks is safe this time.
Okay.
Grabs him.
Very nice start.
This is the first real moment of control from Magic's part.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can do anything with it.
Oh, Miss the Isabella assist was just a little bit too late on it there. Peacock slightly fell underneath. Okay.
Blocks the elephant cross-up. Taking a lot of chip, though, holding the belt out there.
Yeah, without Beowulf's chair, it really is just a waiting game. As many of our longtime Skullgirls viewers know, Beowulf does lose health on all moves, even blocked moves, a significant more amount of health, especially without his chair.
This is not, I just say, you better raw attack, because this is not where you want to be full screen with the chairless Beowulf. You're just going to get ate alive.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Mistimes the back at you. Diamond Deflector doesn't do anything if you don't time it.
Wow. Ooh. That was a crazy reset there. Oh my god, I really hope someone was paying attention, because some future Peacock mains are gonna need to see that reset. That was nasty.
Exactly. Puts him in the icebox, that's a dead Beowulf. We've only got the biggest of bands who gets hit by everything.
You know, it's really hard when you're a band that big to not get hit by a super small girl. With Argus.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunately it for the match, Kai. And you know, you love to see it as a Mr. Peck fan. You hate to see it as a Magic fan in every way, shape, or form. It was a fantastic showing from Magic, getting this far inside of the bracket. Unfortunately, Mr. Peck was just both an arm, a leg, and a beak above the rest there. Moving forward 3-0 very convincingly into grand finals of this Evolution tournament.
And so that certainly was well within expectations for most observers, myself included. But I will say that this individual matchup is very interesting for the fact that Magic was not really my guess to get up here. Ismo and Peck have tons of matchup experience against each other. So even though Magic is really, really good, I don't think they have quite as much, right? Magic is a good European player and undoubtedly fought Peck a lot of times, but it's hard to imagine anybody fighting Peck more than Ismo. They face each other a ton, right? They are the dueling twin mirrors of European Skullgirls in a lot of ways. And so Magic just may not have had that deep experience intuitively getting past them, because that's what happens when you play a person so much. It moves away from just book knowledge or understanding of the frame data or what have you into that intuitive, I don't have to think about it anymore, right? So I don't think Magic had the I don't have to think about it anymore action going on Mr. Peck. And maybe that's just a factor of time. Maybe next time they meet, they will.
We did definitely see quite a few cross-ups coming up that I personally know that Ismo probably would have blocked just due to familiarity, but we're going to have an opportunity to very possibly see how Ismo and Magic match up if Ismo wins this very next match against Laboratory. Laboratory is going to be playing against Ismo inside of these losers semifinals, I believe. Losers semifinals. So it's going to be really interesting because the winner of this goes on to play Magic, who then goes on to play Mr. Peck in the grand finals for an opportunity to win a $500 pot bonus inside of this tournament. It's worth noting that this tournament was free entry, which means you had to pay exactly $0.00, or as some of my friends across the pond would say, £0 and zero whatever the other thing is for pennies inside of UK money. And of course, you can always look up other tournaments inside of the fantastic PlayStation world by going over to compete.playstation.com to find more tournaments similar to this one that you can sign up for. But honestly, Kai, I really want to focus on this Ismo matchup right here, because Ismo is not only your favorite to win this next match, but also the crowd favorite, coming in at 58% as I have the poll. Seems like a lot of people like them. Any insights as to why?
I think it is simply a factor of deep tournament experience. Laboratory is not a slouch. You don't even have to take my word on it. We've seen Laboratory play. They are clearly really good. But we have a lot of past experience with Ismo to know that we're getting to the point where it's show up or go home. And Ismo does perform well in those situations. Laboratory is going to have to play out of their mind to come out on top of this one.
It looks like we've already started the match here, and we do see Ismo's classic team of Valentine, Annie, and Eliza already there. Laboratory started off relatively strong, but Ismo was able to go ahead and get the confirm in the corner. Laboratory quickly hitting off Osiris' assist and coming back into it, bring out quite a few projectiles. And Ismo, we just see their familiarity with Mr. Peck doing wonders there. Making very fast work of these
The interaction with the assist, pulled him out of the super, and that's going to hit. That's going to hit Laboratory. Oh no.
Ismo is just so comfortable with that Peacock matchup here, but Valentine is ultimately going to need to get out here. Yeah, very beautiful timing. I didn't like the raw tag, but they didn't really have enough meter to go ahead and do anything else, so it was an option. Okay. Eliza, I think, was a smart person to put out, especially since Eliza can regain their health in this matchup. We do need to see Segment come out, and we may not see her because she's dead. That's it. That's all
she
she
has
wrote.
perished. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, the cross-up chair. Oh, it's so good.
It's so good, Kai.
No.
Oh,
Get
wow.
grabbed by R.
Wow. Yeah, just invuln frames through. When it ain't true.
Ooh,
Ooh.
chair.
Ooh. Oh my gosh. That was momentum changing for sure. This game is really look like before it was definitely a very fair matchup. Now it's ultimately looking like it's really in Laboratory's favor with that life lead. Yeah, and Laboratory takes that 1-0.
Big game-changing moment right there. Sometimes you can point to singular moments in any given game, be like, yep, that's where it'll turn around, and we just saw one of those. That was pretty even throughout. In fact, I would even say Ismo was probably a little bit ahead before that happened.
I would agree with you.
Nope. Those kind of moments where you get big-time happy birthday combos, they don't call it a present for nothing. That thing completely changed how that one went. And Laboratory showing up to play right now. Extremely strong play. No slouch. And frankly speaking, I didn't see that many errors of judgment or execution. That's how Lab needs to play to win. And they did.
I think ultimately it came down to Lab really winning in a lot of those scramble situations. Like you said, the happy birthday was huge. And Ismo really, really needs to capitalize on Sekhmet's armor here in order to defeat that Peacock. She wins so well. Eliza wins so well against Peacock. Abuse it. Abuse it. And we're seeing it right now. Immediately swapping into Eliza. Bringing out the car. Getting a beautiful happy birthday themselves. Having enough meter to make this a real...
Doesn't quite do it and snatches them.
This matchup is really not great in Eliza's favor. Beowulf versus Eliza, I really feel like Beowulf wins incredibly hard, especially after new Eliza changes. Yeah. Smart cancel there. Okay. Only Annie got hit there.
We're going under the bridge, jeez.
Yeah, smart Sekhmet call. Way to miss that, yeah.
Yeah, that was a kind of a weird miss there. In fact, Beowulf could have just jumping heavy punched that point and snatched Skelly out of the air.
Yeah, that wasn't going up in the air like that was not smart by Ismo, but it happened, and they're trying their best to move on from it, but it's ultimately looking like not super great for that Annie, which is now singing the blues from the grave.
Laboratory, it really, really favors, and I love this a lot because it shows the respect for the first level of Yomi. They love doing the hop fake overhead with the heavy punch, which shows a move, right? It brings out visual frames you see, but has no hitbox, which just is a confusing factor. Laboratory already knows Ismo's not, they don't even need to bring out level 1 of Yomi for Ismo. You need to go straight to level 2 and 3.
Oh my goodness. There's so much here that I feel like Ismo's really respecting that they don't necessarily need to right now. It's a real uphill battle right now, even with 5 meters. But
trying to build
at
a
5 meters, yeah, Valentine can bring back one person from the bed.
Wow, might actually happen here.
It may
build a
happen.
meter. Can you get on top of the corpse though?
Valentine's just sitting on that corpse, and ultimately Big Band says, not today. Not today.
That was very strange on Ismo's part. I don't know. That reset looked intentional, but was completely not the right call there. I'm going to go ahead and say, from a commentator's perspective, you were 3 hits away from building level 5 and could have hit him with the paddles. Live! It would have been, it would have been perfect. But unfortunately, whether it was a judgment call or a drop, doesn't go for it.
If I was Ismo here, I would actually take the opportunity to probably get rid of double on my team, to be very frank with you.
Not doing a lot.
Not really doing ultimately anything. That Parasol and that Valentine and Eliza doing a lot of work, really putting in damage and confirms, and ultimately L Bomber is just not getting you where you need to get, because the real problem right now is that Beowulf and Big Band. Peacock isn't really ultimately an issue, and I think Ismo's kind of identified that. We'll see exactly what changes they make to their team and assist game, very possibly. But I really feel like unless they change those aspects of their team, we may not be looking at them inside of losers finals this next match.
No. Laboratory looking to make fools of us all for doubting.
Ultimately, Laboratory says, uh-oh, back to the lab again. Gotta go sometimes. You gotta go. It looks
all right, let's see how this works out.
Looks like Ismo's going to go ahead and stick with the team. Yeah, really nice DP there. I do like Annie.
So I will say right now, Ismo's use of that assist has been fantastic because Annie really knocks them very far away. It's kind of like Dragon Bite in that, or rather, Dragon Punch, where it knocks them so far away that either you've got to have the corner or a character that can go the distance to pick them up. And every single time Ismo has. So you've essentially taken what might be considered a suboptimal DP assist and turned it into a 100% convergence situation, which is what you expect from really good players.
I would agree, except for the fact that it seems as though whenever Annie's on point, they can't get past Big Fan, they can't get past Beowulf. And that's a problem. And that's ultimately... Yeah, that's ultimately the issue that Ismo consistently goes, which is why I personally believe that Annie should have been removed from the team, moving on to a 2v3 team. But yeah.
Bionic arm? No, that's my move.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Annie's really good. Annie is definitely a very good choice for this team. Maybe not necessarily against Laboratory, though.
Laboratory's Beowulf has really been very, very good. I want to say I can't really sense any errors of judgment and or execution this entire time. The chair throws have been great. The armor has been great. And right now, Laboratory just did something that I think is probably the most definitive statement in this tournament thus far. Laboratory came into this knowing who they had to fight and just 3-0'd Ismo. So Ismo, who is a phenomenally strong player, got beat 3-0 by Laboratory, and in a pretty convincing way. Laboratory played the game they wanted to play. There wasn't really a scramble on their part. They had their game plan. They executed their game plan extremely well, and they came out on top. The skill, execution, planning, and even those tournament moments right there, those big tournament moments, right? Everything was there, and that's how you achieve 3-0s. Big hats off to Laboratory for really showing up for this tournament. That was some phenomenal play.
Now, seeing so much of the new Beowulf changes really not even necessarily affecting Laboratory's play and showing that you can still play an honest, respectable Beowulf and still get very far against very high-level players is very inspiring, I believe. In addition, one of the things I saw from Ismo wasn't something that I necessarily saw earlier inside the match, but I saw a lot more patience coming out. I saw a lot more general Eliza play, a lot more general Annie play, but not always to their benefit. And ultimately, that means that Magic and Laboratory will meet yet again in losers finals, with the winner going on to meet Mr. Peck inside of the grand finals. Kai, what a tournament. What a tournament run.
Pretty great. We've got a 30 for 30 moment coming up here, and I love these. I love when players meet in finals moments when they've already played against each other previously in the tournament. I love it when you can come back and say, okay, fair, you beat me. I was off, my shoe was untied, the sun was in my eyes, I didn't get a lot of sleep. Let's try that again. And have that moment happen again, because I really like it when you can get a player a little bit upset, like I shouldn't have lost that. I know I could do better than that. And then have them try again. Because either way, I love the story. Either you put them in the grave one more time and say, look, there was no mistake. Or you come back and you say, look, fluke, buddy, get out of here. This is my tournament. I'm very excited for this losers finals match.
Magic's pulling a lot of magic this tournament, and Laboratory is really, really showcasing why they got this far, why they deserve to be here, and why ultimately they have a chance to win this. Now, Kai, I know I've asked you before who you like, but I have to go ahead and vote personally with my heart here. I think Magic's gonna bring the magic yet again. I have to go with Magic. I have to go with Magic.
I think what's crazy is both Magic and the Laboratory have both had upset moments against the same player, and now they're going to fight each other. And so I am going to pull for the Laboratory in this one. I was so impressed with that last match that I'm in the zone with the Laboratory. Laboratory showed so much in that last one. Excellent conversions, precise frame of mind. Just everything was there. If they can play like that again, I think they can take it.
You know, that's a really good point. That's a really good point. I ain't gonna hold you, but I am gonna say this past year has shown us that if there's even a little bit of magic out in the world, it'll present itself right here, right now, making all of our dreams come true. And I'm expecting nothing less from Magic, okay? I will say that. I will say that. Let's see what happens.
I think no matter how the match goes, you're going to see some magic because these are two excellent players. Let's see how they work it out.
Losers final starting off very, very much in Laboratory's favor here. Bullet Hell coming on out. Yep. Able to navigate the field with relative ease. My goodness. Yeah, very, very nice there by Magic. Getting in, immediately grabbing, building up quite a bit of hype. Got his chair back.
Ooh,
that was a counter hit.
Oh no, drops the combo!
Yeah, unfortunate drop. Unfortunate drop. Okay.
You don't like to see that. You don't like to see that. That was a kill that should have been. Oh, gets snatched by the assist. Full hype coming in. Oh, armor cross up.
Yeah. You know, Kai, we've seen a lot of it in this tournament thus far. Both players really opting to go with the brand new gigantic arm as well as the brand new, I believe, crouching HP. Is that what that is? The huge arm?
The huge arm.
Yeah. Both have been changed in Beowulf's favor from these last couple of patch notes, which is why I believe these players are favoring it so much. And I mean, it shows. You can't hate on the results.
You can't. You can't. Magic looking pretty strong here. Getting hit at the moment, but sitting on 5 meter.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh man, could have
really
spent
nice
a DHC
dynamo to get out of there. Yeah.
Honestly, could have spent a DHC there to pick that back up and did not. I think maybe just was so surprised that it didn't hit.
Now Big Man has no meter, but quickly got some. Okay.
Yep, and you may have seen there that the clap hands from Cerebella was changed. Speaking of recent patches, that used to be a classic overhead that would hit Big Band for days. I've used it myself, learned it from Elda Toluda, but that's not an overhead anymore, just a regular old mid. So you can see it inserted there in that classic style. Bit of muscle memory there. Didn't work out. Didn't really change the results, but just one of those kind of little wrinkles, just a little bit different, right? Just a little bit. It's like when the floor is cantilevered just a few degrees, it can throw you off.
Now, what's interesting to me, Kai, is that at the end of that match, I believed it only changed 1-0 in Magic's favor, when I believe it should have been changed 3-0, because Magic actually succeeded in getting 2,000 points, meaning that by default, they win the entirety of the tournament.
They win the entire set, yes.
The entire tournament. That's how that works.
It is now 2001 to 0.
Shoutouts to Battle, but shoutouts to Battletoads. Fantastic references inside of this game.
All right,
let's see the round
how this round start goes now that we've had one round down. Jumping right in, hop, hop, hop.
Ooh, very aggressive round starts. I mean, both these players have already known and played each other, so it makes sense that they're going with more aggressive round starts because they've had enough rounds together at this point. This is essentially their 7th match.
Yes.
They're almost fifth or sixth match now.
Yeah,
so
Magic was able to get in
of
a lot faster that time, but it didn't result in much more. Finally, getting the first real combo on Magic's side. We'll see how far they can take it.
All right. Able to get the chair back.
Oh, grab him.
Grab through the invuln. Yes, very nice there. Very, very, very good for Magic. That's going to be a dead peacock, which is exactly what Magic needs. Yeah.
Oh.
Great burst bait there. Great burst bait there by Magic.
Weird little reset there. Works out for him. That's going to be a dead character. Oh, nope. They put him on the ground. Got one more touch. Oh, invincibility.
Wow.
We're seeing a lot of chair invincibility these sets.
Love to see that. Love to see that here. I wonder if we're going to see the...
Oh, nice. The chair pickup shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to see it.
Maximum hype. The meter is there. No penguin, but very, very hype indeed, to be very honest with you. Very hype. Congratulations to Magic.
Yeah.
Wow. 2-0 thus far inside the bracket, 1 match away from moving back onto winner's side against Mr. Peck inside of Grand Finals, where he'll possibly have to win 6 times in a row in order to defeat and take first place. It all comes down to this, Kai. It all comes down to this. I think Magic's doing very, very well. I still think Magic's my favorite to win. But ultimately, I think Laboratory really needs to change the pacing that they are approaching all of this with. I really hope they cover their Peacock a little bit better.
Yeah, Laboratory needs to take these lab notes and do something with this experiment, because right now, numbers not look good.
Smart thing. Smart thing here. Completely getting rid of the Peacock. Very, very smart move. That Peacock did nothing last round except cause them heartache and pain. And Magic says, that's fine. That's fine. I don't mind.
Nice! Using the super jump off the assist hit to get right into the action. Very good call on Magic's part.
Good Isabella. Magic is landing a considerable larger amount of Exabellas this time around than the last match that we saw them against Mr. Peck, which is very, very, very rewarding to see.
One thing that's kind of interesting here is that Magic is using Brass instead of A-Train, right? And still converts off of all these things, using for the exact same purpose, but Brass has significantly more utility in neutral.
Same burst bait. Magic doesn't go ahead and convert that time. I'm sorry, Laboratory doesn't go ahead and convert off that. It may have been an accidental burst bait. Okay, okay.
Put him back.
Tighten
Put him back.
Yeah, just needs one more. Okay. Okay, wants to chip out Beowulf. Can't quite grab him.
Can't get in there.
Yeah.
Where you at?
This is a raw tag moment.
There's the chair.
Ooh, if I ever saw one. Okay, okay. Loses Beowulf there. Let's see, yep. Smacking yet again. Cerebell just trying as hard as he possibly can to get in. Beowulf says, not today.
Nice cross that medium kick. I like it. Dead character, this is what you need. Can't drop this one.
So much more damage coming out at this ratio. Every single touch from Big Band has to be respected now. That half health that Magic has right now, easily removed off one touch. Ooh, good grab. Yes, very nice, very smart.
So slam him! Slam a jam!
Yeah.
Other side. Hey, this can be a dead character.
Very easily.
Oh no!
Had to use the meter. Had to use the meter. There was no way around that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The only chance they had was to get that Beowulf out of there, and unfortunately doesn't do it. So, geez, that's going to spell a 3-0 in favor of Magic.
You know, Kai, I know I was very strong for Magic there inside of that matchup, but my heart goes out to Laboratory, who ran an amazing tournament set this entire way through. They did not sleep, they did not slouch, they did not let up for one moment inside of that previous set. They came here to prove a point. They said, I am part of the best, and I am not leaving until I showcase that here in this tournament. And I think they did a fantastic, amazing job, not only showing their skills as Peacock, not only showing their better Beowulf, but also showing amazing Big Band skills in those final moments, because some of that Beowulf neutral was pretty good. You know, it wasn't shut me down amazing, but it was pretty good. It was very solid, and I definitely respect the Laboratory, and congratulations to them for getting third place inside of this tournament.
Exactly. Third place in a tournament with these players is no small achievement. So congratulations to Laboratory for a really strong performance, but Magic is going to be the one moving on to Grand Finals.
Against the known protector of this entirety, Mr. Peck, still undefeated inside of this tournament, not lost a single tournament set as of right now. Moving forward, absolutely craziness from Mr. Peck's side. You look down that bracket and you see nothing but 3-0s. You see nothing but demolishes. It's absolutely insane to think of the difference in skill level between Mr. Peck and some of these other matches. We saw Mr. Peck versus Magic previously, and we're about to see it again. Mr. Peck, the Peacock God, versus Magic, the Magic Beowulf handler. Kai, do you have a favorite?
I do. I think you'd be crazy not to expect a Peck victory here. Mostly because we just saw this matchup. It's not even a theoretical. We don't have to run the numbers. We don't have to put it into the machine and feed the automatic card through there and get our score back. We just saw 3-0 from Peck against Magic, the last one that Peck fought. I don't think there's anything Peck needs to do differently. Peck needs to bring a strong game plan, needs to zone effectively, get him out of there, and of course, drop the items on him with those crazy mix-up resets. I don't foresee Magic being able to pull a rabbit out here.
You know, a lot of people are inclined to agree with you, Kai, and I myself would also be inclined to agree with you if I did not follow my heart.
So what do you think it's going to take?
For the Magic.
So what do you think it's going to take? Do you think we're going to see maybe a switch of team from last time? It reduced that ratio. What do you think?
I definitely think that if they remove Annie, I'm sorry, not Annie from the team. One moment. I actually think if they remove the Bayo and they exclusively go solo Bella, and then maybe if they lose that and they add Band, I think they'll have a better opportunity than running Bayo, Band, and Big Band. I think their Bella is absolutely phenomenal, and I'm really excited to see it here. But I really do think that's the strongest part of Magic's team.
Sure. So Magic is going to opt to stick with the Better Business Bureau, Bayo, Bella, Band. It's just one of those things where you say, you know what, in this moment, what do I feel more comfortable? I know my game plan with these three characters. I got to stick with that, right? Sometimes that's the best thing to do, and it looks like that's going to be Magic's first call.
Yeah, it's really hard here because Magic's already lost so much health for relatively little damage in comparison to Mr. Peck, who's sitting there with literally no damage whatsoever to speak of, just healing all of it back up. And I mean, we're looking at Magic with a now dead character, basically dead, Big Band. It's difficult. It's hard. It's hard here.
And you call Big Band one more time, that's going to be a wrap for the character as well.
100%. That was a bait. That was a bait like anything there, but
yeah.
He had to take that opportunity. He had to take it.
Building the hype.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wanted to get those extra blitzers.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just very slowly approaching, trying their best. If he has the health to get it back, he can.
Nice. Get out of there, but you're going to get shot.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Just tagging. Who's got gas in the car? Who's got gas?
Oh, very nice jump over Parasol there to get in against
dead character.
Peacock.
Come on. Come on. Can it be? Can it be?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Perfection.
That's what I like to see. First character goes to Magic, but man, those assist characters not looking so hot. Oh, nice
great
hit.
incoming
Running
there
out of
from Magic. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. And another reset. Lots of fast resets here. And another one. Dead character if you want to make it so. You're going to build the meter here. Oh, goes another reset. Doesn't even need to spend it.
Finishes
There he
it
goes.
off.
He's going to make it. Oh.
Let's go Magic. Let's go Magic.
That's crazy.
Let's go
What
Magic.
a turnaround.
Okay.
And it gets the hit.
Okay.
Gotta be careful calling these assists. There's not a lot.
Oh my goodness,
man,
Magic
gets
is
a nice
such
hit.
a great position. Oh my god.
So much
Let's
meter can
go,
level
Magic.
3 here shortly. Pack can level 3 and get out of a lot.
This is huge. This is humongous. Okay. Wasn't able to punish there. God, I'm terrified.
Where's the reset?
Oh my god.
Baits out that, jumps, and you're out of there. Safe. No life, though. I mean, you can get chipped out of this. Oh, hits him with the extended blitzer. The blitzer's so long.
We're in the final 15 seconds of this game right now. The final dredges of health from both. Both players have 1 meter. The next touch is death right now. Beowulf
Could have
is
known
dead.
that pillar was coming.
Oh, Parasol has no more meter. Sarabella still has 1 bar. Just needs to grab. Oh, and Parasol
7 skull seconds. You need 1 reset. There it was. Throw break overhead. This will be enough life. You got the meter to finish it. Finish the combo and you get a kill.
Wow. Kai, were you watching the same game I was watching there? This is Skullgirls. This is 100% the cream of the crop of Skullgirls right now. Kai, remember before how I said we drop everything but Sarabella? There was a reason. There was a reason for it. You know, Sarabella did 95% of the work there, you know, for 5% of the appreciation. Ultimately, it came down to the final second. Please unlock your magic here, Magic, and unleash the solo Sarabella. Do it.
Clowning is a hard job. No one appreciates you until you're gone. Gonna stick with the team. It's gonna go, again, running the game plan as they know it. Beowulf taking so much damage in these early skull seconds. And gets out of there with an arm. Very nice. Picks up the combo in the corner. We're gonna see where this game plan goes. Can we get the set play going? All right.
Okay.
Dogstar press into lows. Don't happen.
A lot of damage.
Nice. Rolls out of it the wrong way, though. Oh, I'm gonna grab you.
Very nice.
Huge moment to get Peacock out of there. That's the one you want to get.
Very important that Peacock's down there. Immediately starts working on Robo Fortune. Magic using all of their magic this time. Cerebella definitely the MVP last game. Beowulf earning his right
fake
to
overhead
exist.
hop. I love it. Man, Magic is going off right now. What's happening?
Exactly what I said, Kai. Exactly what I said. You just didn't believe in the good old Magic. That's what it was. That's what it was, honey. I'm telling you.
There it is. Heavy kick to put him in there. Very nice. Where's the reset at? And there's the throw. Everything is coming up Magic right now.
Oh my goodness. Let's go, Magic. Clean it up. Finish your food. Yes. I don't usually root for Cerebella, but I will make an exception, okay? I will make an exception right now, Magic. Let's go. Let's go, Beowulf. Let's go, Cerebella. Let's go, Big Band. Nobody in any way, shape, or form, please record that and use that against me. That was, I regret saying that now. I just cheered for Big Band, Cerebella, and Beowulf in one breath, Kai. I don't know if I can recover from that.
I don't know either. I don't know if anybody could.
I feel like this only cements what I have been preaching this entire time, is that grapplers are ridiculous in fighting games. Honestly, it's just
that was
testament.
a crazy game. Every time you roll the dice, it was basically Peck was getting snake eyes. I guess this? Nope. I guess that? Nope.
Okay. Let's see if he's able to do it again. Gets the
snatched
grab.
again.
Yeah. Doesn't have the meter to make this a kill.
And
Does
burst!
burst bait. That's death. That's death right there. Quick and easy. Magic just has to clean it out, spin the meter. Doesn't also spin the meter, resets, and just cleans it out. Nice, clean, simple.
Oh, goes
Let's
too
go,
far.
baby.
Goes too far, gives full screen. Not what you wanted there. Snatch him anyway, Wolf Blitzer.
Jesus.
Holy.
This is... okay.
You jumped.
Okay. Mr. Peck said, I don't know who told you this was your momentum, but it's mine, baby. Okay.
All right, put Cerebella in there, take the pain.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
His Beowulf's doing a lot
Very
of work
uncharacteristic
recently,
drop.
Now this matchup is considerably easier now that Peacock is gone. No more aerial beams to worry about, no more projectiles flying out for no reason. Just a very simple and fair tier and beam game.
Honestly, Magic's defense and the patience on there to not get crazy and try to respond with the PBGC Super or something like that. Wow, I would have mashed out of that.
Oh, 100%.
What a
100%.
pickup! What a pickup! Oh, Beetle's elbow! Clap!
Very nice. Very nice. Very beautiful there by Magic.
That's not what you wanted. Come on, man.
Wow.
That was not the drop
Okay.
you wanted. You're going to pick it up, but come on. This is championship level. You can't be doing that. Good character kill. 3 characters to 1 right now. Peck is reeling.
Okay. Very nice. Go ahead and finish it up.
One more there.
Nice
It was.
reset.
Got
That's
the
death.
meter to finish it. Oh, no. Unnecessary resets. We
Okay.
take those.
Yeah, we definitely do. Mr. Peck says, I haven't had an opportunity to show you who's in charge around here. Parasol really taking her nice and methodical time. This is going to be death for Beowulf. Putting her up against a full health Big Band with only about a 1/6 of health left. Now at a pixel, chips out immediately.
There's
Chips
not
out
a whole lot you
immediately.
could do there.
Yeah, it was difficult. It was literally impossible to come back.
What's
from that
crazy
point
is
if
that match would have
actually was
finished out
left
3 characters to none if Magic had just finished the combo and not trying to go for the reset. What was that? What was that? You can't be doing that.
You know, it's called magic, not a miracle, for a reason, Kai. We have to be forgiving here, okay? Yeah, we're asking for a lot. We got 2 wins in a row, okay?
Yeah.
We got 2 wins in a row. It's a lot. It's a lot. We're getting this is some very amazing gameplay that we're seeing here from both players. And while Magic is doing their best to remain in here, Mr. Peck is not making it easy in any way, shape, or form. I am so incredibly excited to see this specific round start because historically, this is when Mr. Peck starts adapting and changing.
Exactly. Right now, I mean, we're talking about this bracket's about to be reset in just 1 game if Magic can do it one more time.
Now see, I just want to note, immediately identifies the threat of Big Band. Very beautiful there by Mr. Peck. Understands completely and totally what was carrying that assist game before was those huge robotic knuckles, all right? Very, very smart with Mr. Peck. I also want to point out that Mr. Peck has not thrown a single aerial projectile this entire game. He understands who he should be going for and is not wasting any time. That is very, very important right now for his victory.
Peck's really on point right now, knowing what to do in every given situation. The armor cuts through it all.
Yeah, not able to capitalize. Used OTG, unfortunately, on that sweep. Now we're playing the projectile game because now there is no more Big Band to come in and attack.
Oh, doesn't do anything
what I would
with that.
say.
Raw tag just the Alpha's just able to come in.
Yeah, why did I think Big Band was dead? Now Big Band is dead.
Because you're a prophet, you can see into the future.
That's really what it is, y'all. I'm already at the reset right now mentally. You know, Magic has already won this game for me.
Magic getting beat up now. Peck looking like a different monster. Covers the assist. Very nice, very nice.
And Mr. Peck is not going to make this easy for Magic at all. Yeah, not able to capitalize on that reflection, unfortunately. Didn't quite know the spacing there.
Ooh, almost picked that one up, but
good grab,
nice.
Good grab.
Oh,
not
the
able
drop
to finish
into
it
the
off,
pickup.
but gets it anyway. Let's go. Let's go, Magic. Yes.
Hey, oh
okay,
no, Pillar saves the day. That was so close.
It's so active, Kai. Why is it so active? She doesn't need it to be that active.
Active in the community.
Oh. Okay,
the
yeah,
stare down.
Just grab. Why? You just down backing? What are you down backing for? What are you down backing for?
Nice, into the pickup. We need 1 reset here.
Has the meter to kill here. Respects the undizzy.
Throwing the chair down, kick it in the face.
Kai, this is it. Kai, this is the moment. The incoming's here. Blocks all of it. PBGC immediately across the screen. Puts the chair down. Tries for the grab, misses it. Oh, and Mr. Peck punishes him hard. He has to pay for that with his life.
So much life to chew through.
Oh, this is it. 20 seconds on the clock. 1/3 amount of health right now of Magic. Mr. Peck gets the grab. This is looking like it may be death. Level 1 here is going to kill at this point. Has to finish it up. And is going to go ahead and take it. Right now, we are looking at a 2-2 game. Right now, if Mr. Peck wins the very next game, that's it. That's curtains on Magic. If Magic wins the very next game, that's going to be a reset, meaning that it could be anybody's game from that point. Kai, the anticipation is literally... Do you see my face? Do you see my face right now?
I can taste it.
I am stressed, okay, to say the least.
My heart rate is definitely accelerated, heightened, enhanced.
I gotta say, Kai, can we get in a roux? Can we get in a roux?
We can get, if Magic takes it, you're getting in a roux.
That's what I love to hear. Let's go, Magic. I have never in my life rooted for a team that exclusively grabbed and command grabbed people ever, but I am doing it right now for you, Magic. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Magic. Show me the magic. Magic on loser side, 2 up. Mr. Peck on winner side, 2 up. Let's see who takes this.
All right, neutral not resulting in a lot, but man, look how much red life is coming off of Parasol.
Oh my God, just melting. Absolutely melting right now. And we are back to a very aggressive Peacock game right now.
Ooh, I knew you were coming, but that little interaction with all of the assists did not work out in Babel's favor.
Very
nice.
Good. Oh, this is huge for Magic right now.
That was so big. Parasol is already dead. Parasol is already dead. It's 1 character.
One more character stands between Magic resetting his bracket, and Mr. Peck just got a happy birthday. Has 3 bars right now.
Into big old beam?
Oh god. Oh god, this could be the end of Beowulf.
That was such a turnaround! Holy!
Kai!
This is crazy! This is crazy right now!
Oh my gosh. Okay. Patient, Sarabella.
Waiting for the light to come back. Waiting for the light to come back.
Just breathe, Sarabella. Be nice and patient. You got time, honey. You got time. Don't gotta rush nothing. 60 seconds on the clock. We just walking. Gotta block these bombs as Mr. Peck tries to approach here. Gets the grab. Has 1 meter. Will have to reset to make this death for Sarabella. Opts to go ahead and snap. Wants to get rid of Big Band. Crosses up on the incoming. Tiffany comes out. Mr. Peck is currently in hit stun. Big Band has 2 meters. Can DHC and possibly get 1 more reset? That grab is going to cement it right now. This can 100% be death right now for Robo. With this level 3, if Magic finishes it, is he going to finish his food?
Oh no, the combo drop!
Dropped it. Dropped it in a crucial moment right there, folks.
Oh, that's when you need to not drop it. That's the exact opposite of what you needed to do.
Oh my goodness. Great parries. Great parries. Great parries. What we got? What we got? Grab him. Just grab him. Just go up and grab him. Just run up. Just concho up. Just concho up, honey, and grab. Yes! The madman! He did it! He dynamo! Yes! Magic resets the bracket. Kai, can I get in our room, please?
Oh, man. Is that fish the Pope? Because holy mackerel. Ow! Oh! Ah! 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 Damn, that was good.
Kai, do you believe in magic? Because I believe in magic. I saw me some magic right now. They said it could not be done. They said Skullgirls was never going to be at EVO. They said Magic wasn't going to be here, resetting the bracket.
They did,
and
they
guess
said
what, y'all? Sharpie bet on both and Sharpie won. Let's go. I'm here for Skullgirls. I'm here to watch some Skullgirls. And what am I watching? Some mother freaking Skullgirls right now. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love it. I'm so happy.
They put that in print too, so that's libel.
I'm so canonically happy right now.
That was incredible, man. And that's what I really love about Skullgirls. Every region's got the kind of players and the kind of quality of the play that makes those big moments possible.
Beautiful.
To see a grand finals reset on that level against a player like Mr. Peck, Magic is no slouch. Magic is showing that they are top level.
Mr. Peck has not lost a single set up until this point, when he lost 3-2. So this is very, very close right now. The very next player to get up to 3 wins takes home the entire pot of, I believe, $500. And that is not a small pot in a free entry tournament. This is history, folks.
Let's talk about the adjustment. Let's talk about the adjustment.
Definitely. Let's see if Mr. Peck, moving forward with his parasol right now, catching the toes, says, look, you may have not caught me on a super great day previously, but I am not. Anyway,
responding with the air throw into a draw. That's
very nice, very nice. Love to see it. Okay, beams coming out, not connecting because Cyrodiil is spending a lot of time in the air. Yeah, just wants to get Peacock out there, spends all the meter to get Peacock out. Spending all that meter, and that's worth it because he was able to kill Sarabella for that. Sarabella had no way to approach. Okay, now it's down to Beowulf and Big Band, and Beowulf sitting here on a third of health right now. Very nice, Unreal happy birthday. Okay, very big right now.
Combo drop.
God.
Picking it back up and holding it higher, but man, that was unfortunate. Could have been in the corner with a happy birthday.
Let's see. Okay, Beowulf's gonna go ahead and kill here for 1 meter. Still has 3 meters to talk about. Mr. Peck working on 3 right now.
Those incoming situations are so good for Magic. I have noticed that there is definitely a case where Magic has absolutely what they want to do on incoming every single time, and it hits me. It definitely hits me.
The incoming game is very important in Skullgirls, and even more so, especially when you're when it's in a very precarious situation like this, with 1 character victory. But if there's any character who can bring it back, Big Band can. Can he be a big fan?
That
Can
was
he be
so
a big
good.
fan?
That should have been happy birthday. In my heart it was, but it's not close enough.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think this is going to be death. I think this is gonna, yeah, that's definitely death. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a wrap. Now, man, that was so close. The parry into that jumping light kick. If only you were just a little closer, Magic, you would have had that happy birthday, and that could have gone completely differently. That was so close to being one of those game-changing moments.
I agree. It's I'm so mentally invested in this set right now. It's really hard for me to be unbiased, but I will say that Magic is doing a fantastic job staying in the game. Mr. Peck is doing an even more amazing job pulling it back, especially after this reset. That was very much so dominated by Mr. Peck the entire way through.
Yes.
The happy birthday situations, the only reason that we saw Magic win it was because of the armor, but Mr. Peck knows what he's doing, and we're really gonna see it on this round start. Is he gonna go for big band again? Is he waiting for an opportunity to just get that big band out of the equation, or is he gonna be satisfied with the Beowulf?
Tommy coming to get out of here.
Yeah. We're gonna see it again.
Be gone.
Very smart by Mr. Peck.
What? Did you see the response?
Okay. Good cancel.
Nice throw reset.
Okay, great cancel there. Okay. Let's see what happens. Use the meter, make it real.
Parry into fly. That's a magic trick. That
He
is
said,
a
I
magic
knew
trick.
you were gonna neutral jump. I knew you were gonna neutral jump this whole time. What you mean?
And not quite close enough for the claws to work. Goes for the eye rake, no contact.
Wow. I believe in Magic. Let's go, Magic. I'm cheering for you, honey. I'm here. I'm here for you. Okay, I'm not here for Beowulf, but I'm here for you.
The firing squad.
Okay,
Fires
very
back.
good reflect there. Wasn't able to fully capitalize, though.
That's nice. And reaching out with that move has worked so many times. Excellent conversion into the corner. This is a one reason. Not even.
5
Just spend the meter. Look how much meter.
Just spend
My
it.
goodness.
DHC, just spend it. Make it safe, Magic. Don't play. Don't play. SSJ, come on. There we go. Yeah. Why play? Why play? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Just come in. Now, I would have liked to see a grab incoming, to be very honest with you, but I feel like Mr. Peck would have expected it.
And this one's tough. Even though you've got an assist, big band, really big.
Yep.
Gets hit by everything.
And he doesn't want to waste any of that meter on unnecessary DHCs right now.
So much damage being taken. Yeah, you want Bella in. Oh, People's Elbow does not work out that time. Had to fail at some point.
Not super great for Magic there, but very good for Mr. Peck. Undizzy building up, goes ahead and resets.
The punt down to the ground? Big burst?
Okay. Yeah. Just goes ahead and takes that meter. Just goes ahead and cashes it out. Oh my
Just
god.
trying to get close to Robo is not working.
That is a dead Sarabella.
Holy
that
mackerel. The solo Robo right now is so good. Cannot get close.
Are we going to see a level 5 big band? No, we are not. Mr. Peck made sure of it. Just straight up assassinated him from the airs, calling upon the drones to finish off Magic inside of that match, moving up 2-0, one match away from tournament point for Mr. Peck.
That was such a showcase. If you want to play Robo, you need to watch back that game end. Right there, when Peck was down to just one character, that shouldn't have been in his advantage.
Agreed.
Absolutely not. But the play was so clean, the beam placement so exact. Peck knows exactly what to do when you're zoning. Peck knows exactly where he wants to put beams, the timing, to confuse you, to frustrate you, and it worked. Magic had an assist and still couldn't do anything.
Robo Fortune is definitely a very versatile character when it comes to the air.
That time
due to
it
her
worked.
beams, and every single time, what we're seeing right now is just Magic go ham right now on this Peacock, saying, I don't even want to give Peacock an opportunity to really do anything this match. Smart decision, tries to block all the projectiles, opting to put out his chair, which looks to have been a mistake. Mr. Peck immediately goes aggro as heck against this Beowulf.
Why snap him when you can just kill him?
Yep. Immediate death. Very good reflect. Yes. Second happy birthday reflect we've seen from Magic, not able to capitalize it off of it at that point, unfortunately. It gets hit from incoming pianos. Probably pressing the wrong keys there, you know what I mean, Kai? I'm sorry, listeners. I apologize for that.
Oh man, Peck's saying that's it. Give me my money. Give me my money. Oi, Gus,
Mr.
give
Peck
me my
says
pence.
Oh yeah. Give him those pounds. He has worked for them. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Magic is not in a very good position right now. Do not count him out though. We may yet hear a song of triumph come from Big Band as that bar builds ever closer towards 5. We are at Rainbow Bar, folks.
Yep, we're not gonna see dear. Spend the meter. Meter, of course, spelled with an E at the end in England.
And that's going to put Mr. Peck as our Evolution PlayStation 4 side tournament Evo champion. Congratulations to Mr. Peck. Congratulations to Magic for securing second. And Mr. Peck, of course, is our Evolution PlayStation 4 side tournament champion. Congratulations yet again. Kai, what a match. What a set. How insane.
Take a reset. You take a reset whenever you can get it. For Magic to reset like that was phenomenal. It wasn't on small, lucky, ticky-tack hits. Magic put on absolute show. There were illusions, there were doves, there were rabbits, there were cards, and coins from behind children's ears. Every magic trick you could imagine was on display here, and you just saw some top-notch Skullgirls. I don't think anybody expected it to go any other way than it did, but it certainly went differently than we thought it would go. Peck comes out on top, but Magic with an extremely strong second place. I think everybody can be happy with that show.
And ultimately, I want to thank not only Mr. Peck, not only Magic, but all of our contestants today. I'm talking about the Laboratory, Indian Aki 21, Laser Skirt, Magic, Skoto Joe, Blizzard Keech, Alpha Dasmo, and of course, Mr. Peck for putting on an amazing show today, showcasing their region fantastically, doing everyone, myself included, inside of the Skullgirls community especially proud with this presentation. It was such a phenomenal showing of some good old Skullgirls, Kai, and I am just so incredibly honored to be here on the microphone with you in this moment, brother.
I couldn't agree more, but let's talk about who we're especially thankful to. Man, guys, if you want to say, wow, how did this happen? How did this come to be? How did we get here? Well, we've got some amazing developers on Skullgirls and an amazing partner in PlayStation. PlayStation really bringing the heat with Evo this year, and I couldn't be happier with that being the case. A bunch of people with a lot of passion, a lot of desire to see these players be able to play at top level with a big stage, and I really, really appreciate them doing so. This has been an amazing tournament.
Kai, it's not only our game that we have here tonight. We have a plethora of other games all being shown on the screen right now. If you are interested in fighting games, if you are interested in any of the games being showcased right now, or you're even interested in competing in any of these tournaments yourself, you can find our complete Evo schedule on compete.playstation.com, where we have all of this information and more, including tournaments that you yourself can sign up for. But once again, as always, Kai, I want to thank PlayStation for making all of this possible. I want to make all the tournament organizers, and I want to, of course, thank the fantastic developers at Future Club as well as Hidden Variable for making this game still fantastic as always, Kai. Any final thoughts?
I don't know if my ticker can take it. I don't even know, but we're going to try. We're going to get right back up on the saddle at 2 p.m. Pacific for the North American Top 8 for this exact same thing. More excellent Skullgirls action coming at you. It's been a fantastic morning and or afternoon if you live in Europe, but it will be a fantastic afternoon and or night if you live in Europe. Coming up soon after this. We'll see you all then. Thank you to Purple Sharpie. I'll see you all guys in just a little bit.
Play Skullgirls! I did it! I said the thing! I said the thing! I said the thing!
better.
Yes! Magic resets the bracket! Come
Mackerel! Ah!